In the heart of New York City, where the clamor of the urban sprawl melds with the whispers of the past, there lies a peculiar little shop on Bleeker Street. Its windows, perpetually fogged, offer curious artifacts to those who dare peer within. Among these, an umbrella, a glass of wine, and a rubber ducky held the key to a tale so unnerving it could only be whispered in the dead of night, when the city's incessant heartbeat slows enough to hear the shadows speak. Mark Jennings, a freelance journalist with a penchant for the macabre, stumbled upon the shop during a downpour that seemed almost apocalyptic, even for the city's standards. He was a man of considerable rationality, yet his heart harbored a fascination for tales that danced on the edge of reality. The umbrella he acquired that day was of an old Victorian design, with a handle shaped like a raven's head, its eyes a deep abyssal black. It was a whimsical purchase, one that he would soon discover carried a history as dark and twisted as the alleyways of old New York. That evening, Mark sat in his modest apartment overlooking the city, a glass of wine in hand, the newly acquired umbrella leaning against his couch. The storm outside raged on, a symphony of chaos to accompany his thoughts. It was then that he noticed the rubber ducky, a seemingly innocent toy placed deliberately next to the umbrella. He didn't remember buying it, nor did he understand how it had come to be there. It was then the peculiarities began. The wine, a rich Merlot he had been savoring, turned sour in his mouth, its taste reminiscent of iron and despair. The umbrella, now open and resting beside him, casting shadows that seemed to writhe and whisper tales of a New York City that predated the skyscrapers and the bright lights, a city of darkness and dread. And the rubber ducky, its once cheerful countenance now seemed to mock him, its eyes gleaming with malevolence in the dim light of his apartment. Driven by a mix of fear and curiosity, Mark began to research the origins of these items, his investigation leading him into the heart of the city's forgotten history. The umbrella belonged to a Victorian-era gentleman, a figure shrouded in mystery and rumors of dark rites performed in the underbelly of the burgeoning city. The wine, it was said, came from a vineyard whose grapes grew on the site of an ancient burial ground, imbuing each bottle with the essence of the tormented souls that lay unrested. And the rubber ducky, a seemingly incongruous item in this trio of horrors, was the last remnant of a child who vanished without a trace near the docks of the Hudson, under circumstances that defied explanation. As Mark delved deeper, the barrier between his world and the one from which these items originated began to thin. The umbrella seemed to beckon him, leading him through rain-soaked streets into the darker corners of the city, where the modern facade gave way to the remnants of a New York that time had tried to forget. Each step took him closer to the truth, a revelation so horrifying that it threatened to unravel his very sanity. The storm that had enveloped the city was now a maelstrom centered above Mark as he navigated the labyrinthine streets, the raven-headed umbrella his only guide. It led him to an abandoned warehouse near the waterfront, the epicenter of the storm and the horrors it concealed. Inside, amidst the detritus of forgotten lives, Mark found a ritual space, its center marked by a circle of candles, each flickering shadow revealing a glimpse of the city's spectral inhabitants, trapped between worlds. It was here that the purpose of the umbrella, the glass of wine, and the rubber ducky was revealed. Together, they formed a triptych of terror, a key to unlocking the barrier that held back the darkness at the city's heart. The gentleman, the vineyard, and the vanished child were all connected by a thread of malevolent intent, their stories converging on this spot, seeking release or domination over the city's soul. Mark, realizing the gravity of his discovery, knew he had to act. The story he had sought, one of spectral intrigue and supernatural dread, was now his to conclude. Using the very items that had led him to this nightmare, he performed a counter-ritual, guided by the whispered pleas of the trapped spirits and the knowledge that to fail would be to doom the city to an eternal darkness. As the ritual reached its climax, the storm above broke, the darkness receding as if banished by the light of dawn. The umbrella, the glass of wine, and the rubber ducky, now devoid of their sinister essence, were mere objects once again. Mark, exhausted and forever changed, emerged from the warehouse as the first rays of sunlight pierced the New York skyline. The city awakened, oblivious to the nightmare averted, its streets once again filled with the bustle of the living. Mark Jennings, his heart heavy with the knowledge of the darkness that lay just beneath the surface, knew his tale was one that could never be told. Yet, in saving the city, he had found his purpose, becoming a guardian of the thin veil that separates the world of light from the shadows that seek to engulf it. The Shadows of Bleeker Street is a short story crafted in collaboration with OpenAI's ChatGPT. My name is Jamiel Cal-Pin, a voice actor and audio engineer. If you're interested in working together, leave me a comment or shoot me a DM on my Instagram page. Let me know what you think about the story and the narration. Thank you.